Welcome back, everyone, to the topic of the week. And the topic of the week this week is once again anxiety. But this time, I want to talk a little bit about how anxiety affects us and that it can also cause a lack of focus, a lack of motivation. Procrastination is a huge part of this. And what we can do to change our habits, and not just with RTT hypnosis, but also actually doing certain tools that we can do on a daily basis to completely rewire ourselves and to change our habits, because a habit is easily changed if you do it with repetition, if you do it over and over and over again. And this has a lot to do with discipline, and a lot of us don't have any. So that's what we need to change, right? We need to become more disciplined. We need to become more motivated and focused and not procrastinate. How does anxiety come into this? So a lot of us and a lot of people, a lot of my clients struggle and feel that heaviness of the anxiety, and this feeling, this part, which is the anxiety, it's a part of you, right? And this part actually wants to tell you something. It's there for a reason. It was caused most likely in childhood, and it was probably because you didn't feel safe, you didn't feel secure, you didn't feel protected. There was always a reason why this part came into your life. And like I said, it tends to be in childhood. So this part was actually there. It was created by you yourself, because that's how intelligent and wise you are at such a young age, to create a part to keep you safe. So in the session in RTT, we will actually speak to that part, and it will have a voice, and it'll be able to tell you exactly why it's in your life. It's trying to keep you safe. It's trying to protect you. It's trying to slow you down. It's trying to do all of these things, which actually sound quite nice, right? Being made feel safe and protected and secure. But we don't need the anxiety to be able to feel safe, to feel protected, and to feel grounded, and so on. So that's what we would do in the session. We would actually find out why do you have anxiety? And then end any belief, any habit that has to do with this anxiety, and release that part and let it go. And then ingrain those beliefs that you may not have had of, I don't feel safe, I don't feel secure, I don't feel protected, or any other belief. I'm not good enough, I'm not worth it, I'm not valuable, nothing is available to me, happy life isn't available to me. We have so many curious beliefs about ourselves, and sometimes a lot of people are like, yeah, but I don't believe that because I know that I'm good enough. And it's like, yeah, of course, I always thought, well, I know that I'm good enough, but deep down, there was a subconscious belief that I was completely unaware of that played a different part, and that ingrained this anxiety within me and within my clients. So how does this relate to a lack of focus and motivation, procrastination? If you're in a fearful state, you don't want to be present, right? You don't want to be in the here and now. If you feel uncomfortable, you want to get away. You want to get away, you want to escape, you want to run away, you want to flee. So how can you expect to then be centered and focused and concentrated and doing everything in a very meticulous and organized manner when you've got this feeling of, I don't feel safe, leave, you're not protected, you gotta leave. That's what's happening. So of course you won't have that focus, you won't have that, you may have a drive, but you will still continue to procrastinate. And we do this a lot. And one of the things that I would recommend that you start becoming aware of is, when do I get anxious? And you can even take notes. Always have a little notebook with you in your car, in your handbag. If you're a man, maybe you won't be carrying a handbag, but just like a tiny little one, just take notes, like whilst driving, with boss, with sister, with children, just little notes. You don't have to do that, but it's just to become aware of the triggers. When am I mostly triggered with the anxiety? And then something that I find vital is waking up early. Wake up early, people, because you get stuff done when you wake up early and when you go to bed earlier. When I say wake up early, I don't mean 5 o'clock in the morning. You can do that. I wake up at 6. Some people wake up, at 8 o'clock, and that's too late. It's too late. The day has gone by already, and then you're in a rush. And then everything will be rushed. The rest of the day will be stressful because you started it off in the wrong way. So if you go to bed earlier and wake up earlier, yes, in the beginning you may be a little bit groggy, but you'll get used to it because you're doing it over and over and over again. What do I recommend you do in the morning? The most important things for the rest of the day. If you manage your own business or whatever you may be doing, or even if you're just a stay-at-home mom or dad and you're not working at the moment, that's okay. Do the things that are most vital in the morning, because you are still sort of in your subconscious mind as you wake up, and you're a lot more creative and there's a lot more flow. So if you're an artist, someone that needs to be artistic or creative, then I recommend you do your paintings or whatever you have to do in the mornings, because you're still in your subconscious mind slightly and you're a lot more creative and everything flows. Then another thing that I would recommend is, even if it's just for 10 minutes, do a very short workout. And I don't mean, race to the gym. I don't go to the gym. I don't like the gym, and that's okay. That's my choice. I do other sports. I play paddle, or I just do an 8-minute workout with doing 50 sit-ups, which sounds like a lot, but it's not really. And then I just bought some weights. They're very cheap, and you can do that at home, right? Just doing a few exercises, because it will always make you feel good. Put some pumping music on. If you have children or a partner that's still asleep, put some headphones on. There are no excuses. And if you do that, even for 5 minutes, do some planks, do some press-ups, do some sit-ups. Even if you're not very fit, that's okay. Any time that you do this, every time you do it, you'll do a little bit more, and you will feel good about yourself because you'll be so proud of your achievement and getting into that rhythm of doing something over and over again. When you wake up in the morning, you go and do your morning ritual, right? You do whatever you normally do, and then you brush your teeth. Brushing your teeth is part of your morning routine. You can make working out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes part of your routine. And then afterwards, you can reward yourself. So I don't mean a huge slice of cake. I mean, have a cup of tea, have a coffee, have some water with cucumbers in it, whatever tickles your pickle. Do something that brings you joy. And it really is about being dedicated. And another thing that I would suggest, which I've also done and it's helped me a lot, is like, what do I want my morning to actually look like? Do I want to wake up and be stressed? And my kids, I'm trying to find the bags. Like, I prepped my son's bag the night before. It is all done. I don't need to worry about anything. Organization makes life so much easier, and you can still be spontaneous. So one of the things that I would suggest is become aware of when you get triggered with anxiety. When does this show up? What other emotions are attached to it? Do you feel that you get rejected by someone and then the anxiety starts up? Is it, there are always causes, and then you can become a lot more aware and you become more able to deal with it. Obviously, this isn't the solution. I find the solution is RTT. And if you want to know more, please feel free to go onto my website, leliahypnosis.com. It's in 3 languages, Spanish, English, and German. And you can always book a free call to ask me any questions. You don't need to book a session afterwards if you don't feel like it, and that's okay. I specialize in anxiety, panic attacks, and fears. So I really know my stuff, and my clients have had so much success, and it's such a wonderful experience to be part of someone's journey of freedom, and that they get their life back, that they have the motivation to do everything they've ever dreamed of. And I really want you to have that freedom, that focus, that drive, that motivation to be your truest self. So you know where to contact me, and I love that you're watching my videos, and I really, really appreciate every single one of you, and I'm sending you so much unconditional love, so much strength, so much focus and discipline and self-love. All my love. Have a magical day. Bye.